embarking on one of the most thrilling, challenging, and downright legendary routes in the virtual skies. Strap in, because we're departing from the bustling heart of Nepal, Kathmandu's Tribhuvan International Airport, and heading straight into the Himalayas toward one of the hardest landings on Earth, Paro Airport, Bhutan. Kathmandu Airport, nestled in a valley surrounded by dramatic mountain terrain, is already a place where every departure feels like an adventure. The runways are tight, the climb gradients are steep, and the scenery is nothing short of breathtaking. As we push the throttles forward and ascend out of this mountain bowl, we're not just flying, we're threading our way between towering peaks that seem close enough to touch. And our aircraft for this mission? The magnificent Airbus A320neo. With its cutting-edge aerodynamics, whisper-quiet engines, and next-gen efficiency, this bird is a perfect blend of power and precision. The A320neo handles like a dream, but today, even this modern machine will be put to the test. High-altitude winds, narrow valleys, and unpredictable turbulence, this route demands absolute focus. But nothing compares to what awaits us at Paro. Only a handful of real-world pilots are certified to land here, for good reason. There's no instrument approach, no room for error, and no straight-in glide path. Instead, you weave between mountains, drop through a tight valley, and line up with the runway at the very last second. It's more than a landing. It's a test of skill, nerves, and pure aviation passion. So sit back, hold your breath, and get ready as we guide the A320neo through the Himalayas on one of the world's most exhilarating approaches. This isn't just a flight.
Welcome on board as we depart from the mystical city of Kathmandu, climbing smoothly through 35,000 feet above one of the most dramatic landscapes on Earth. Below us stretches the Himalayas, home to ancient valleys, tiny hillside villages, and some of the highest peaks ever known. This region isn't just mountains, it's a living story. Prayer flags flutter in the wind, yak caravans move along narrow trails, and the air carries centuries of culture and spirituality. As we climb out of Tribhuvan International Airport, take a moment to look back at Kathmandu, a city of temples, golden stupas, vibrant markets, and timeless traditions. From the bustling streets of Tamil to the peaceful courtyards of Patan Durbar Square, this valley feels like a blend of ancient kingdoms and modern life. Our journey today takes us toward Paro Airport in Bhutan, one of the world's most challenging and breathtaking approaches. Only a handful of specially trained pilots are certified to land here. The valley is narrow, the terrain rises sharply, and every approach is flown manually, weaving through mountains just moments before touchdown. The airlines that typically fly into Paro include Druk Air, or Royal Bhutan Airlines, Bhutan Airlines, and occasionally charter and government flights operated by approved pilots. As we cruise over the Himalayas, we'll pass near sacred peaks, untouched forests, and remote monasteries perched on cliff sides. Life up here is simple. Herders tending their animals, children walking miles to school, and families living in wooden homes warmed by traditional stoves. Every village has its own story, and every mountain has its own legend. Ahead of us lies Bhutan, the land of the Thunder Dragon, where happiness is measured not in wealth, but in the quality of life. Soon we'll begin our descent into the Paro Valley, a place where nature, culture, and adventure come together in a way found nowhere else on Earth. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this beautiful Himalayan journey.
1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 400. 400.
pull up,
40, 20, 10, 5,
'auto brake off'.
And here we are, touching down safely in Paro, after threading our way through one of the most dangerous valleys in aviation. Few airports demand this level of precision, and even fewer reward you with a landing this breathtaking. As we roll along the runway, surrounded by emerald green mountains and crisp Himalayan air, you immediately feel it. Bhutan is different. This is not a country chasing the world. This is a country protecting its soul. Paro Airport itself is a masterpiece of simplicity and tradition. Wooden architecture carved with ancient symbols, monks walking calmly across the apron, prayer flags dancing in the wind. It feels less like an international airport and more like a gateway into another time. Bhutan, the land of the Thunder Dragon, is a kingdom built on peace, respect, and balance. It is the only nation where happiness is measured officially, where forests are protected by law, and where culture is cherished more than modern chaos. Not far from here lies the legendary Tiger's Nest Monastery, clinging to a cliff 3,000 feet above the valley floor. Villages are quiet, rivers run clear, and life flows at a gentle, humble pace. Every mountain here has a legend, every path a story, and every smile a kind of warmth you rarely see anywhere else. And so, our journey from Kathmandu to Paro comes to an end. A flight across the backbone of the Himalayas, from Nepal's ancient spirit to Bhutan's hidden serenity. Thank you for joining this adventure. If you enjoyed the flight, stay tuned, because the skies are wide, the mountains are calling, and our next journey is just beginning.